Welcome back to an episode of We Are Still on the Way Towards Solar Power. And we actually managed to get an awfully long way there. And a nice side effect is that for some reason this is only at 100 kilowatts. That's weird. It's going down further. What is going on? It might be that there are some production buildings that are not... Ah, no, that's daytime. That's why. So, as soon as daytime arises, the burners go down to 0 watt output, which is perfect. The steam engines. And that means that all of the power is facilitated by the solar panels. That's amazing. And because I connected all of the grids together and the energy is shared, that means that all the other ones might also be at 0 watt output. That's amazing. That means that everything is now completely run by solar. And now I just need to do something very nifty. I need to count all of the solar panels because as a simple rule of thumb, right? We don't want to go into any deep mathematical thingamajiggies and whatnot. As a rule of thumb, it's a 1-to-1 ratio. Actually, the ratio for solar panel to accumulator is, what was it? 1 to 0.8 accumulators. So, in this case, one solar panel, or was it? Damn it, what was the actual ratio? Ah, you gotta be kidding me. I wrote that in there. Damn it. The thing is, you can actually store more energy into an accumulator than a solar panel. That's the thing. In this case, you can have like a 1-to-1 ratio and everything is fine. You don't need any more of those. Just say, damn it, I have to look this up again. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Alright, what are the closed ones again? Accumulators. There we go. Maybe there's what's the thing? It takes 20 accumulators, so and so many. Yeah, that's not the important thing. Solar panels and accumulators was a separate accumulator solar ratio. There we go. But there's like an awfully in-depth calculation on that, which we don't want. And then there's like some nice grids that are really nice and so on. But we don't go into like extremely accurate stuff. We want to have it rough, some kind of like aiming across the thumb situation, which makes the whole thing so much more natural. Alright, so what was the whole thing with that? Maybe it was a solar panels wiki page. What was it? There we go. A single solar panel outputs an average of so and so many kilowatts over a day. Nice. We don't care that much about it. And requires, there we go, 0.84 accumulators to sustain a constant power output through the night. So that means almost one accumulator for one solar panel. So that means if we have a 1-to-1 ratio, because we're not going to calculate it like the ratio is like 6-to-5, but we are not going to do something like that. We just have a little bit of excess if we need it, and we actually need a 1-to-1 ratio, really. The question is just, how many solar panels have I placed? Do I have them somewhere, like buildings? Is this all of the buildings that I've placed? Or is this the buildings that are there? Like 329 solar panels. Okay. That means I need to have at least as many accumulators in order to make all of that work. 10. Yeah, 350 something. Then there's this, then there's this. All. What about destroyed units? Let's see. 5 seconds, 1 minute, 10 minutes. So there is a small electric pole up here, then deconstructed. Oh, come on! I just want a list of all of the stuff that's there, not as a list of all of the stuff that's there in the 10. You gotta be kidding me. Because this means build and deconstructed. That's weird. 760. Okay, 760 and 414. 760 and 414. There we go. 760 and 414. So every time I build something, this one gets added 1 to it. Now, if I deconstruct it again, buildings. 761 still and 415. All right. So it gets all of the numbers that you ever placed, which is nice. But what about the actual numbers? What about the current thing? Because in this case, what you need is you need to subtract this from this. No, the other way around. This. No, that was all. This from. You need to subtract this from this. Yeah. So you end up with like 316. 64. 364 inserters. That's nice. But it would be okay to have this number somewhere. Without those mental shenanigans that you need to do. Like you cannot even click on this in order to highlight the other solar panel. You have to find that down here and like... It's not even a one-to-one thingy. Come on. Anyway, we deconstructed like 50 of those. So 300 of them are somewhere on the field. And when it comes to the accumulators... yeah. I don't even see any deconstructed accumulators. Maybe I just... Maybe I build all of them. Anyway, so that means we have a 300 to 200 ratio. So I need to place at least another 100 accumulators in order to get through the night. And then another thing that I wanted to do is I wanted to make sure to completely deactivate the boilers at night. Because right now they're still working, right? And they're still powering the accumulators, and this is something that I do not want to see. I want the energy to come from the accumulators and override all of those. That would be amazing. And there is sunrise coming up, and slowly it goes down. Yeah, that's the only time when the boilers are actually doing nothing. Oh, that's great. Oh yeah, what about the... Was it the pollution? I think so. Actually, it was the energy use, but we can see this in the pollution graph really well. Especially the 10-minute graph, or like 1 hour, 10 minutes, something like that. Because everything kind of competes with the boilers. The thing is, it's only at night. And I don't even know if it's necessary that much, right? Don't even know if that's that necessary. So yeah, let's take all of those panels and take all of those panels. And then we need to do one more trip back. And then what we can do is we can set up the circuit in order to activate and deactivate the boilers themselves. That could do it. So let's see, it's 40 solar panels. Of course, it's out of range. And a few more like that, and a little bit more like that, and 1 for good sensor space. Okay, that was that. No more solar panels. Great. Let's just connect the rest onto it. Bada boom. And yeah, that one has no connection here. That's not sweet. Not so sweet. Come on. There we go. Right. So I just need to go back, get more accumulators. Killing trees in the process, of course. Ah, nice. Then we are fully green. I need to get more drilling going on. Go. Need to... Whoa, this one goes down further and further and further. 20 only. Okay, that's not good. Do I have some... Yeah, I do have some metal on me, so I could just place those in both of them. This one has a decent amount of batteries. That one just gets passed through. That one just gets ignored. Let's just take those and maybe get the batteries and like do... Okay, wait. Let's just half of those. And the other half goes in there. There we go. Everything's fine. So, let's take this one and this one and let them accumulate yet again. How many do I have now? 22. I actually wanted like 40 of them, but somehow the whole process of building those is... Wait a minute. Is this one even connected? Yeah, it's a very faint line that for some reason disappears if you move out a little bit. See that? That line is easy to see. That one somehow disappears. At least for me. That's ridiculous. Oh, wait a minute. If there's no pollution, then that means that there should be no pollution up there as well. So, why is there still a cloud? Or maybe this is the remaining cloud from the nighttime situation. Let's see. Can I drive up there without hitting anything? I don't think so. Yeah, damn it. Have to walk. I need to research the other thing. What's this? It's not what... Yeah, perfect, 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 perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. It is not active. That is amazing. And because it's not turning, that means the boiler is not burning. And if the boiler is not burning, that means there's no pollution. As long as there's no pollution, I'm good. Whee! So, let's set up the remaining accumulators that I have. Place them like that. Everybody's all about perfect placement for buildings and more like, does it work? As long as it works, everything's good. Now, the whole thing gets powered up. It's at 5 megajoules. Sweetie. And let's go to the buildings counter. We got 233. None of them destroyed for some reason. Yeah, you can click on them, but you don't see the match next to it. Like, this is a fast inserter, that's a fast inserter. It would be nice to have something similar, because you can choose this in order to zoom into the line that you are interested in a little bit. The fluids, same thing here. Buildings, somehow you can't do that. It's very sad. Just have constructed, deconstructed. Last 1 minute, yeah, it's 20, 22, 170. 230. That's basic. Yeah, that's all of them. The last 10 hours, basically. That is it. In the last 10 hours. That makes things easier to see, though. When it comes to items... Right. Per minute. Wait a minute. Yeah, it's just the production, not the pollution. It's just always mix it up. So production and consumption. That's neat. So I produce more engines that I actually consume. That's weird. That one right here. And everything is moving. Oh, this is much better. There's not that much movement and it kind of stays the same. Whereas this one is more rigid. So much better. Okay. So if you don't want all of those items to flick too much, that's definitely it. So most of the production is dependent on metal, copper and iron, not in that order though. Very interesting. And the rest goes down dramatically. And the higher... Yeah, and it basically ends up with a flamethrower fuel. Ooh, flamethrower fuel. Sure, I need to get that too. Right. And yeah, the actual purpose of this episode was to go deeper into logic controls and so on. In order to activate and deactivate buildings at will, somehow. I don't know if that works. And sadly, this whole thing is interconnected a little too well. Yeah, that's the thing. So, we have a decent amount of logic buildings in there. We got the arithmetic thingamajig. We got the out of... Of course, it's out of reach. I mean, Okay. So this one needs, of course, electricity or some no power. Okay. So let's place this somewhere else then. The combiner. Bam. Has power. Then we have a decider combinator, which is this one. And then we have a constant thingy, which does, I don't know what. And then we have a power switch, which is this thing. Great. Power switch connections. Okay. So we can switch the power switch to the electric network. Okay. Left click on an entity with a copper cable in your cursor to connect an electric cable to it. Right. And the left shift on an entity to remove all the cables. In this case, we can connect this to that, and then we can probably activate that with a signal, because there's this green-red wiring going on. Used to control the connections of the electric network. Can also be controlled by the circuit network. Okay. Now, I have just one issue here. I have too much connected to the boilers. Which means I need to cut off this part here and that part here, really. So this one has to be connected to that part. This one has to be moved up a little bit so that there's no real connection to the boiler part. So there's only one connection down here, so I can have an access point right up there, maybe. Right. What about this thing here? Arithmetic combinator. Combinator? The combinator. How does that one work? Yeah, an input. We have it. Select a signal input or set a constant. We can have like 500, whatever. Let's say we go for 1. Okay. And then we can have multiply by 6. Set input. 1 times 6. Constant number. Constant number. Constant number. And the output will be this. Output signal 6. Okay. If the input is, let's say, 2, it should be 14. 12. Right. Okay, so this gets multiplied by that, and the output gets also multiplied again by whatever this is. Now the question is just, why do we want this multiplicative output? And why would that be important? What about this one? Constant combinator. The output on, output off, on, off. Output signals? Okay. What is this? Signals. Signal C, signal V, signal whatever. So you can make your own signals if you want to. Interesting. But in the most part, I think those item ones are much better. So the input gets multiplied by 6. Actually, what if we go for like by heavy oil? 2 heavy oil, output that. What happens? Nothing. That's weird. So we can multiply light oil by heavy oil and get an output of the logistics science pack. But I have no idea how that works. There's no output there. If we use, let's say, 6 of those, we should get 6, like, that's weird. We can turn this the other way around. So make this a number, make this as, no, this is not working. But this would be working again. Okay, so this one kind of determines the symbol that we get out of it, but weird. Maybe is there some logic in here that we can utilize? Where's the logic? Logic. Electric network. Then there is a power switch connection. Low power, electric. Ooh, I don't know why I can't seem to find the circuit network. There we go. The circuit network is able to do many things, of course. In this case, you have to fiddle with it on your own. That's just an introduction for it. Great. Decider combinator. This one says larger than, less than, equal to, larger or equal to, less or equal to, or not the same amount. Then we have an input. Copy the count of the specified output signal from the input signal. Or we just output the specified output signal with a value of what? Okay. So, condition. Wait. Gray less than 0. Heavy oil less than 0. Output 1. Input count. There sadly is no input count, and I don't know where to get the input from. That is weird. Okay, let's see. Where's the wiring? There we go. Used to connect machines to the circuit network. Okay. So, I can connect this one and that one, I think. And that one and that one. And how do I... How would I turn this off, though? I mean, it would still pollute, right? It would just not be connected with anything. Let's see. This is where the energy comes out from most of the time. And this is where the input happens. But this is not what takes the energy. Wait a minute. If I take this away, then nothing happens anymore. This is the critical connection. Okay, the rest is just there to facilitate the inserters in here. Waiting for space and destination. No output, no nothing, no pollution. That thing should just drastically drop. And, ooh, look at that. No pollution in this part over here. That's great. That's absolutely great. What about my accumulators? They're going down slowly. They're increasing a little bit. Wait a minute. Does it go towards daytime or towards nighttime? Because I have a slight suspicion that I don't need the boilers anymore. Just a slight suspicion. But I think I just need a few more of those accumulators just in case. I mean, I end up being able to put a lot of energy into the accumulators. So that I can charge them faster. But then again, I won't be able to use them until there's like nighttime coming up. That's the iffy bit. Nice. Nice. The pollution will shrink a little bit. And the only thing polluting the environment again is the drills. Like this one right there. And the furnaces. But they are going to be electric. Just takes a wee bit. Wait a minute. Why haven't I placed any electric furnaces in there at all? Whatever. We need the robotics in there. And how long does it take me until I get a exoskeleton? That might be this one. There's this. There we go. Exoskeleton. Processing unit. Ugh. And 30 electric motors. You gotta be kidding me. That thing is huge. Increases your movement speed. Nothing in here says it stacks. Allows you to see more clearly in the dark. Stores electric energy for equipment modules. Yeah, personal battery. Sure. Provides power for equipment module. Oh, wait a minute. Recharging speed, so on so much. I thought that there was something in there that tells me that you can stack the whole thing. Movement speed bonus 30%. I would be so fast with it. That would be amazing. Maximum power consumption 200 kilowatts though. Yeah, we're going to charge for our battery so quickly. Let's see. I could just activate it and deactivate it as I need it. But yeah, I need the heavier components first. So, do we get towards nighttime? Let's see. Yeah, we're getting to the end of the nighttime, and it always seems to change the color of it. Really neat. So the last time the boilers were going, and usually you can always see 2 dips at least, because it's 7 point. Yeah, it's roughly 7 minutes. A little bit less than 7 minutes for a day cycle. Right. There's an awful lot of day happening there. Oh yeah, what about the accumulators? They're going to accumulate. That's perfect. But I want to use the logic gate for that bit. How am I going to do that? Logic. So I want to take the power switch, which is in there. And maybe place that in between. Now I can use copper cabling, which I have none in my possession. Oh, yeah, I have 1. Right. Where's the other copper cabling? Let's just make 2. Okay. So we can have this one connected. And you don't attach it to the top, you attach it to the bottom. This. Oh! Wait. Oh, that's interesting. That is interesting. So how do you disconnect stuff like that? Shift left click? Okay, you just disconnect both those wires. And then the wires are gone. Okay. You can't just take the wires like that. That's not good. Oh no, there are 4. I wasn't looking. Whatever. You have to look at the left side here. And then connect that. And the right side and connect that. It looks as if you're connecting the whole thing, right? But what ends up happening is you can select the left side or the right side, depending on where you click. It just does not really tell you which side it is. It just tells that the whole thing is connected. So yeah, we can have like an on state and an off state. That was quick. You shouldn't do this with machinery. That's a pain. So there we go. See that? The boilers. They ran for a very, very short amount of time. And then it should actually go down. Wait a minute. But the boilers from somewhere else are actually running. The accumulators are slowly discharging. And as long as they're slowly discharging, everything is fine. That's perfect. Alright. I basically halved the dip. But I did not disconnect all of the boilers from the network. So I need to get a little bit more logic stuff in there. So half of it was in the main base and the other half is somewhere outside. Right. But I can be sure to maybe get across the night with that. Maybe I supercharged the whole thing a little bit. Maybe I only needed like 200 or so solar panels. Yeah. Anyway, if I need more energy, I just know that I can flick that switch. But what kind of stuff can we actually get in there? Like there's a dot signal, there's an info signal, there's anything. If any of the input signals meet the condition, it will output true. If all input signals meet the condition, everything, anything, each. So this is the real logic page, to be honest. We have some fluid. We have some other stuff. We got some blueprints in here. Okay, it's kind of strange that there are some fish, raw fish. Uh-huh. Consumption speed 2 a second. They heal you. Uh-huh. Great. Quick question. How do you fish in this game? And why do you even... Anyway. How does that one work? Like, you really have to fiddle with it in order to understand that. So, all of them have to be connected. Compares circuit network signals. Performs arithmetic operations on circuit network signals. Uh-huh. In this case, it's there to maybe multiply for a certain amount, or like subtract from a certain number or something like that. So let's say you have, wait a minute. Yeah, you have a maximum amount that you don't want to get under or something like that. Then let's say you need like 600 or whatever units or something. And as long as this input would be negative, do something also. Yeah, that's a constant number. Or maybe we can go with like steam. There is steam. Okay, wait. How much steam is in the steam machine? Steam 200 of 200. Uh-huh. Okay. We can use steam as the input. Ah, that's great. Yeah, steam minus 600. Let's see what happens if we connect that though. It says minus. We just need to get the wire long enough. So let's connect this one. Doesn't seem to work. I can connect the electric pole there. Oh! Now I get it. Okay. To this thing. Wire cannot reach. So this is the wiring though. Okay. So I have to take this one and move it somewhere else though. So let's see, the decider and the arithmetic combinator. Let's take that one. Place them here. And the arithmetic combinator goes there. Interesting. Let's just take this one. Place that here. Now, I want the red wire to be connected in this one. The thing is, the red wire cannot be connected to the steam engine. And yeah, it can only be connected to this thing. I thought that you can actually get directly into an object or something like that. Maybe you need to have the electric connection in there in order to make that work. Or what about this one? Used to connect machines to the circuit network using Used to connect machines to the circuit network. Yeah, both of them are the same. It's just that there are two numbers, two different connection points. Now, I connected this with that. This thing has 200 units of steam times 4. Times 4 makes 800. So let's see. We have an input times 1. Okay. And we get what? We don't even know what the input is. The input will be steam, and it's times 1. What do we get? Nothing. The output will be steam. 1 steam. Come on. Okay, how do I get input? Like, how do I get the amount of steam that's in there? If that's even possible. Constant number. Constant number. Steam times 1. Nothing. Okay, maybe I need to do more in order to figure that out. Alright, but let's just get the utility science pack. And then we are actually getting really close towards the space science. Yeah, really close. I just need to make sure to actually craft anything with that. Nice. I think, yeah, it would just take ages. So, let's see. Decider combinator and performs arithmetic stuff. Nothing. 1 times 1 makes 1. That makes sense. But why can you also choose steam like that? Like, you can use heavy oil, light oil, and what do we get? Nothing. It's a mess. So in this case, it's like, maybe you need to do something like that. Each evaluates the condition or performs the operation on all input signals. Nah, that's not it. Okay, what about the decider? Condition of steam is less than 0. Output count. Oh wait, it's not connected. Let's use the... Can we use another red connection? Yes. You can take the same red connection. Okay, there is nothing coming out of it. Output 1, if it's... Yeah, it's not less than 0. It's actually greater than 0. The output is not 1. Copy the kind of the specified. Nothing. Nothing. How on earth do I connect the stuff? Ah, come on. It would be so easy. This one is attached to everything that's in its vicinity. I mean... Maybe I need the amount of chests or something. Okay. So, let's see. Let's place a chest in here. And can we actually connect? We can connect it. So we can connect a chest. So let's say this chest with this one. And shift and click. Oh. That's not what I wanted. Get some copper cables. There we go. And wait a minute. That one up here. There. The thing is, I just want to disconnect the red stuff and not the copper cables and everything. But at least I got the... Wait. Question. Where are the red cables gone to now? Because I selected one in here and another one in here. And now they're just gone. So every time you use those wires, you have to recraft them again. Oh, that's a bit iffy. That's a wee bit iffy. Come on. Can't you just take the wires at least? Okay. So we have a chest. And the chest has a certain input. In this case, we want to know how much... do I even have iron? Yeah. We want to know how much iron is there. And we set it to 1. And the output will be... I don't know. Nothing, actually. Like, yeah, right click clears it. So, this one does not do anything. This one is now... Connected to network 2. Information, wait. Circuit network 2. Signals... This? Read contents. Reads the contents of the container and sends them to the circuit networks. Ah, mode of operation. Okay. So this one takes the signal of 79 these units and it turns it into 79 iron. And in this case, what if we go for, let's say, this uranium ammunition? Still nothing. It reads it. Okay. So this thing here at least works. But if we go to an arithmetic combiner, then nothing happens. For some reason. So if we go and set this times 2, then what's the output of that? Nothing. Still nothing happens there. So if we go and take that, the output is still 79. Then if we take the output of iron, then we get what? Ah, there we go. Finally. Okay. So we get an input of 79 metal, in this case iron. The whole thing gets put through the whole thing, through the arithmetic stuff there, and we get an output of exactly that. Now that's just a question. Why do we have to select an output and an input together, what's the purpose of having this as different, a different thing, right? That's weird. What's the purpose of that? Anyway, we can multiply it by this and by that, and we can also multiply it by like other iron plates. Maybe the input signal can have different colors. Like there is wait a minute. Yeah, look at that. There's a red connection on the input and a green connection on the input. Same for the output. So there's red and green and red and green. In this case, what we can do is we can have a red and a green input. And a red and a green output. Meaning that this one might be the red output. And this one might be the green output. Input actually. Okay, let's flip this around. Let's see. Let's go for this one on 2. Let's see what it does. An input signal is still 79 iron because it gets everything. Wait a minute. Let's just give it some pipes as well. Now both of them are placed as an input signal. So we have input signals, 100 pipes and 79 iron. The output signal is still this and this unit. If I get rid of that, then it should just tell me 4, but it doesn't do that because it needs a symbol in order to do everything. So we go for copper plates. It should tell me 4 copper plates. Yes. Now, if I go and flip this onto iron times 2, tells me, oh, this is interesting. Oh, this is nice. So you can use this with the amount of iron in a chest in order to balance it, right? So the iron, let's say you need half and half, or twice as much, or this one times 1, right? Yeah, let's say you need half and half. Okay, let's go with something more complicated right now. Half and half would be 1. So you get the input of the iron plates from the chest, and you want to have an equal amount of of copper stuff in there as well, or like twice as much, let's say, for a recipe. And you have a copper belt going in here as well, and then you let the output signal be true or whatever. Actually, no, this is just the arithmetic thing. So this one is then the copper, which is twice as much as the iron, which we need for whatever recipe, and then it gets put into a decider unit. The decider unit is then the, let's say, the green thing. Goes up in there. So, and this one has as an input condition. Wait a minute. So it just says the input card. Okay. So this one says what? The input signal is 158 copper. If steam is greater than 0. I don't know why this is that though, but okay. In this case, the value could be just 1. So if this is greater than 0, input signal, yeah, there's no output signal coming out of it yet. There's still no output signal coming out of it. So what we need, it says copper plates, right? So we can decide now how many copper plates we need. So this one is greater than 0. And the output will be in iron. In this case, this times 1, or like maybe just 1. No. Or maybe a everything. If all input signal meets the condition, do we have more input signals that we could add here? That would be sweet. But whatever. Oh, that's good. See, maybe you can compare the amount of these with those. Interesting. But yeah, you need another arithmetic combinator. So this one is greater than 0. It is actually greater than 0. So it should give me an output of 1. And if the output is of 1 is reached, then... Wait a minute, I just want to know how much pollution I made. Yeah, still. Then what I can do is like I can take that from this output, and then I can connect it as a... There's no red line, look at that. There's only green. There we go. So this one is not active yet. Interesting. Input signal. Condition, if this one is higher than 0, which it is actually, because the input signal says it's 158. What about the input count? Copy the count of the specified output signal from the input signal. Bam. Nothing. Okay. Circuit network 4. This one says connects to network 2. So there might be multiple networks all together. And then there's this stuff. Constant combinator. Outputs constant circuit network signals. Either on or off. Output signals, whatever. Maybe in here you can actually have a certain recipe that then gets transformed into some action with some other conditions or whatever. Okay. So we have some of the metal stuff that gets turned into a copper value. And the condition should be true, right? Wait a minute, how does that work? Enable condition. There we go, that's the thing. Enabled condition. And the output will be 1. Okay. The enabled condition is if it is not equal to 0, really. Okay. Still not quite working. That's not there yet. Maybe I can go for uranium processing? No. Work rows. Increase the flying speed of logistics? No. Power armor. There we go. A large equipment grid and inventory size. Yes. And let's get that one. Right. So that one has an input of 1. Mode of operation, enable, disable. Turn this entity on only when the condition is true. Okay. Only when the condition is true. And in this case, okay, the output signal was, I think, still copper or something. Is not a constant number of 2. Which it now is. In this case, wait a minute. Maybe I should take a more abstract one. Signal 0, or maybe the P for power. Let's go for P for power, or maybe current, or whatever. This is the direct activation, deactivation thing. Disabled by control behavior. Okay. This is the control behavior, not that one. So P should not be 0. Or is this the enabled condition? Yeah. Enabled condition is this one is 1. Oh. Now it should stop. That's not good. It's still active. So P is not 1. So let's signal an P output of 1. Okay. What if we go for 0? No, it's out. Okay. Okay. Instead of not equal to, let's go for equal. And in this case, we go for 1. That's weird. So this one outputs a signal of 1. This one is enabled, because enabled condition, of 1. So it should be on, but it's not. I cannot even flick that switch, right? Something is weird. Circuit network 4. So depending on if this one is true or not, it turns on or off. In this case, the P signal is the thing. This is the P signal. The output is 1, as long as the condition of copper is less than 0. Oh! Because it's not. So it gives me a 0. And because it gives me a 0... Okay. Uh-huh. Oh. Okay. I turned this the other way around, so wait a minute. Yeah, so this is iron. Iron gets multiplied by 2 and output as a copper value, which means 158 copper. Then it goes into a condition, which means the copper, like it basically an if statement, if copper is less than 0, output 1. So if copper is less than 0, and it's not less than 0, so let's go with like 200 actually. Bam. So now it's 1. If copper is less than 0. Copper is less than 0, so the output should be a 1. That means... why is that one not working? Because it's daytime. Anyway. So copper is less than 400 because it's 150 something. So this condition is true. Therefore, the output is going to be sent, and it's going to be sent in here. And this one is only enabled if it gets a P equals 1 output, which it gets right there. In this case, what I can do here is say that P has to be 0 in order to be active. The signal is the wrong one, because now it's that. I can... Oh, that's the wrong one. This is the input count. Copy the count of specified output signal from the input signals. I don't know why you would want to get input count on this one and have something active, because that makes no sense. In this case, we can go with P1 signal, or an on-off decision, right? So the copper is... yeah. Still less than 400, which is true. Therefore, it sends a P equals 1 or true output. And then this one does not meet the requirement for the switch, therefore it doesn't work. Okay, so let's say we want to activate something directly. We can go for a, let's say, a copper plate input. If the copper plates are 0, we activate that. Or yeah, this could be a general copper plate input, let's say. The enabled condition is copper plates equals 1, meaning that there are copper plates or something like that, right? So, there are copper plates. That means... there are copper plates. In this case, we go for 1 or 0. And the copper plates have to be greater than 0. And it sends out a copper plate signal. There we go. It checks for copper plates. If there is more... if there are copper plates, basically... And if there are, it says, yes, there are copper plates. Then it sends the signal. This one gets activated because it needs exactly that copper plate signal. Right. The thing is, actually you could maybe skip that process over here. Because you don't need that. You just need a true signal in this case, right? And you can make the true signal dependent on this thing. If this is 1, then it just does that. This might be a bit unnecessary. Anyway, so, and this is just a way to decide things, like, yeah, let's say you have that one done. So, what I need then, though, is a way to decide if there is enough steam in here. The question is just, how do you connect a steam input? Oh, and it turns on, because that's that. Let's just get rid of all those thingies. Now, how many of those wires do we have? I don't see copper wiring, because there's a copper wire coming from here and another one coming from here. It's gone now. So as soon as you try to mess with wiring in this game, you lose the wire every time you destroy some product, which is not good. You can pick up anything except for these setup wires, and that's a bit of a pain, to be honest. Alright. But I managed to see that even when it's nighttime, we may have a decent amount of current going. And everything is still working, which is great. Absolutely great. So, let's get in. Whoa, even more solar panels. Great. Great. So now we know logic. We can decide if there are enough items in the chest so that we can activate or deactivate a certain grabber or something like that. Or we could... yeah, what can you connect with that? You can connect inserters, but you cannot directly connect assembly machines. It would be nice if there's a way to switch the recipe on the assembly machine depending on what kind of input it gets. I don't know if that's working or not, but in this case the change recipe thing would be cool. In this case you get the output in terms of that symbol here, and the output then gets turned into what it needs to make. That would be amazing. So you can have an all in everything kind of assembler. At least an assembler that is able to make stuff out of iron or copper and so on. And just depending on how many items are in a chest, it makes the remaining items so you don't need 2 or 3 or I don't know how many other assemblers, but you can just make one thing rotate its recipe, as long as the inputs are of course the same, because this stuff is hardwired basically. Anyway, let's get rid of this thing. The more you know, the more you know, the more you know. But yeah, this is just a very nice way of making sure that everything is still powered. Great. So, solar's going strong. I wanted to get the car, though. There we go. Oh, by the way, what does the thing say? Pollution goes down dramatically. When it comes to mining output from, or mining pollution from those coal drill... No, not coal drills. When it comes to pollution from the electric drills, then it looks as if a decent amount of drills pollute a 3 patch area around it, or 3 patch radius around it. So from here we count 1, 2 and 3, and that's that. 1, 2 and 3, and that's that. And it just wobbles around it depending on the wind. Then same thing with that. That's actually very small, that's why there's not that much pollution. Then there's a little bit of pollution over here. Then for some reason there's a little bit of pollution over here, but this might just stop growing. And then something similar also happens with all of the assemblers. Then there's an awful lot of pollution happening here. I don't know why. It could be the wind again. But there's no need for all of the pollution to be here. And then there's, of course, the... Oh, the trees. The trees are sucking up all of that pollution here. So the actual pollution comes from that. Aha, okay. I have to get a wee bit more solar panels up there. Ay. 100. That might be a bit too many now. But no, you cannot have not enough solar panel. Oh, come on. I always flip the lines somewhat. And wait a minute, this is a... There we go. And something like that. Wait, this is 30, 32. So how many are there for each line? Really? The car was in the way? So 32 goes into 14, so that's 18. Every time. Okay, and another 4 at the end. There we go. So let's connect everything at least. Number 1, 2, and 3. And 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, and 1, 2, and 3. Maybe you can have a slightly better solution for that, but I like the fact that I can just walk through here. It's a much nicer setup. Right. Now, it would be nice for... Wait a minute. This one goes up here, then it goes up there, and then... I'm looking for a connection between the right part and the left part in there, but I don't seem to find any. See that? There's an empty spot. That means half of that line is not directly connected with anything. Same goes for that. See that? It's not connected to here nor to there. Also not to the left or the right. So that means there is a bunch of those solar panels that are actually not driving the system. That's not good. Wait a minute. I need to make sure that all of those are connected. Same thing as that. Absolutely great. Okay, so to make sure that everything is connected, so they go and connect top to bottom, but they do not connect left and right. So which left and right connection do I actually want? Let's go for the far end, because that's something that I don't want to change. So that's that. There's another one up here. Then there's another one right there, and there, and there, and another one there, and there, and there again. So the top side is connected. Now it's all about the bottom side, because this one goes down and down and down and down and down and down and so on. And wait a minute, goes down and down and down and down until, yeah, we come to this strange interconnect over there. But wait a minute, this one goes to the side, this one goes down, everything here is connected, so that's connected, and this one goes down too, so that's connected. Then there is a certain split here, but this one connects down there. This one is not connected to anything. That one needs to be connected like so. This one as well. So let's put one here and one there. Now we have this line connected, 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 and through some other thingamages we got this line connected. Alright, and goes down further and further and further and further. I could just make another thingy in here. Just, yeah, now everything's connected again. Just a safety thing. Just a safety thing. Right. Okay. Now let's just do one more accumulator run. And then I know absolutely that I can take off all of the boilers and stuff from the grid. Nice, 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 nice. So that one is still in dire need of more iron. I'm going to provide, not now. 108, that's a lot of accumulators. Okay. We might have just gotten all of our energy needs met. And that one only activates at night, right? And in order to make that work, we just do that. And that's iffy. Okay. Let's place this one there. Everything's fine. So that boiler is not needed anymore. There. Oh, WA is indeed working here too. That's neat. That is absolutely neat. Right. Why am I going this way? That makes no sense. Don't want to collide with like some... Ooh. Need to get more advanced things. I always have a slight feeling that I'm going to hit something or whatever. So, let's see. 50... No, didn't I? Ah, it's a stack of 50. That's that. So, let's just... build a wee bit more. And it continues, of course. Maintaining that would be a mess. We'll pay. Oh, it still continues. I think I should be done any moment, right? There we go, that was all. Good. That should be enough in order to power the whole base for a very, very long time. So that one goes up here. That one is... Oh, not out of reach yet. That's perfect. And another one up here, and another one up here, and we got something up there. Okay. That's an OCD triggering way of making that thing. Basically, it looks like a little city. Look at that. There's like some distance there, an awful lot of interconnects. Like, this is natural way of building. Right. All of this is powered up. And this other boiler is deactivated. That means there's just one more boiler left. And that's the one down about at the shoreline. There we go. Would be just nice to kind of count the amount of steam that we have in there. Like this one has steam, right? Too bad though, too bad. So, let's disconnect that thing. And... still running for some reason. That's weird. What happened? Now it stops. Now it goes again. What is going on? Now it does not have any more electrical power in there. So this thing drives the inserter. And that's the... Okay, good. So the inserter is the only thing we have in there. So what I need is just to get rid of this. Well, actually, I need to have an in-betweeny pole there that I can get rid of. So right now, this thing is still separate. But this was the connection to the boilers. I think I still have an input line on the top boiler somewhere. Need to check this other base again. Because what you need to do is you need to disconnect the boiler from this... the steam engine from the system. Whatever happens to the boiler doesn't really matter. Jesus, 3.2. That's a lot. 3.1. Are we actually getting through the night with all of those? Huh. Wait a minute. Are all of them actually connected to the grid or not? I mean, it's so messed up. I think there could be some dead spots in here that I just don't know about. I mean, they are discharging, right? But they're also charging. Wait a minute. If all of them are charging and all of them are discharging, that means, yeah, if they get charged... Oh, they stop. At 2.8 megajoules, they stop. That means daytime might be coming up. Yes. So we can get through 2 nights, actually. Nice. And we still have a little bit of energy left. That's perfect. Again, I hit something. That's absolutely great. So, now we went full on solar on it. The only thing that we are doing now is we make sure that the coal is used for production purposes. Oh, wait. We are not 100% solar. There's still the steel furnaces that need to be turned into other stuff. So... this one right here. This one is connected to the inserters for some strange reason. And it's also... Oh! This one is also connected to the solar panels up there. This is the reason why it's... There we go. That's the reason why. In this case I need to split it apart like that. And I need to connect the solar panels a little bit differently. Maybe I need to completely place them at a different location. Maybe somewhere down there, or like maybe something more natural like that. 2, 3, and 4. There we go. And we're just gonna copy and paste that stuff. Now we're done. The thing is still going because it's connected to a device that's powered by the remaining amount of steam. So what we again have to do is wait a minute, can I actually... Yeah, we can move this sideways a lot like that. And then we need to place another one of those right next to it. But now right there we go, like that, like so. And then we would need to place one here and one there in order to connect it back to the system. In this case, it would be better for us to have only one connection spot like these. Okay, that would be perfect. I need to have a placeholder system in place that I can just get there. Now it has no current anymore. Wait a minute. Yeah, because it's not connected. Whatever. We don't care that much about it. We got ourselves this. Then the personal MK2 battery. Yes, that's the next one. Yes. Now our pollution from boilers should be at 0. What are we seeing here? We don't see any boilers. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. It went from over here to blah, nothing. That's nice. That's nice. So the overall... What's the overall pollution? Because we only see like... Or... Yeah, we don't see the overall pollution. Oh wait, we do see boilers. But yeah, the whole thing went down. Because of some power outage probably. Then it went up again. Then introduction of solar panels. Yeah, introduction of solar panels like that. And then we just supercharged the whole thing. Then there was some cycling, and then we phased it out. And now no more boilers. Should be at a constant 0 ish. Last 2 minutes. 0 and what? Oh, the first number is important. Oh, is it? Still says 0. Still says like 0, 0, 0. There was a little blip because of some remaining energy in there. This one right there. This is the actual amount there, and this is just 0, 0, 0, 0. It hovers about all around 0 because of this one inserter that basically draws a very minimal amount of energy. Righty. So let's look at the map, because I have a slight suspicion that the pollution goes down dramatically. Oh no. I can actually exit a car while it's moving if I'm in the map screen. That's pretty neat. So now let's see. The most pollution will be produced in here, but not anymore from that thing. Nice. We secured our asses with that movement. Now, only thing I need to do is clear out the outer hives, so I can get access to other things. I need this iron ore and that iron ore and that iron ore. Probably the larger one down there. And then what else do we have down there? There's a little bit of copper, a little bit of uranium, a bit of stone. I'm actually looking for a bit of... Oh, wait a minute. I'm driving all around. I never refueled the thing. I'm driving all over the place, but I never refueled the car. Sweet. Absolutely amazing. Wait a minute. It says fuel source. We can get rocket fuel, solid fuel, wood, coal, and we can drive this thing on wood. That's an amazing engine. But nuclear would be amazing. But yeah, rocket fuel, everything. Absolutely amazing. So, yeah, and we know when the night is actually stopping, right? 2.8 was the last number of that. It drops very slowly, and... oh, 3 megajoules. Now daytime will come up, and it increases again. Nice. Oh, that's perfect. Absolutely amazing. But look at how slowly it actually charges up. Because at the same time solar energy goes into the system as well. Wait a minute. Because it's purely driven by solar, and I used up 2 megajoules at night. Let's hope that the time of day and night is the same. I think nighttime is actually a little bit shorter. Anyway, that means I have enough time in order to power this up with the whole solar panels, and also drive the base with that. That is amazing. That is absolutely amazing. Right. That means that all of the coal that is not used anymore, okay, or it's supposed to be not used anymore, can then be used in terms of coal liquefaction, like that. Okay, I need to get the production science pack first. But yeah, once I have that one done, I can turn coal together with, oh, heavy oil. Where would I get the heavy oil? Into petroleum gas, and then this petroleum gas into plastics. But I need heavy oil first, and steam. Okay, coal liquefaction might be an iffy thing. We need to have something that burns in order to make steam happen. Coal liquefaction is a nice way of getting a larger amount of heavy oil. So this is maybe some kind of self-sustaining thing if you turn this up a little bit. Self-sustaining in the sense that it uses the amount of heavy oil in order to drive itself, but it still uses up coal. And it needs an awful lot of, well, a decent amount of steam, but I need to get the steam first. The boilers themselves pollute the environment because it burns things. Not cool. This is why I actually don't want to go into steam that much, because it needs a fuel source and not just an. There's no electric boiler in there, right? That's just boilers. There's not even something that you can look for with boilers, because boilers are a starting thing, really. You start with those things. Consumption 30 a second. No, wait, that's the steam engine. The boiler. Is there a way to heat up water electrically? Burns fuel to turn water into steam. Of course. Of course. But we can actually figure this out. Wait, there is other stuff right there. Because it can be powered by any burnable fuel, right? But what about electric boilers? Is coal liquefaction actually necessary? Oh, wait. It was at 1075. Now it's at 1042%. This deposit is going to shrink. Need to make sure to get some good liquid stuff in there. Alright, wait a minute. So I need to make sure that I get access to another fuel source somewhat. Probably gonna go nuclear then. Yeah, a nice combination of nuclear fuel and solar most of the time. If it needs something burnable also. But no, with the electric furnaces I can sustain myself very well. Question: is there a recipe that uses coal? I don't think so. Oh no, wait a minute. The grenades use coal. They use coal directly in order to be turned into those military research packs, which is an iffy thing. This is not good. Can you maybe change it somehow? Where's the grannies? Somewhere over there. There we go. Yeah, it says coal in the iron players. That's the early way of making that. But at least we don't burn it. That's good. We burn it afterwards. But not before that. Right. Oh, wait a minute. I want to get a slightly better form of ammunition. Let's see. 4 of them. Wait. There's a lot of them up here. None of them are getting stored. So I can just stand there and just hit F get myself some heavy ammunition. There we go. Now I can just facilitate the rest of it. Good. And I have no blue upgrades because what? What happens to all the blue upgrades? Well, look at the amount of iron that's gonna be burned in there. Jesus. Okay, can I make another one? Wait. I mean, I have two of them somewhere right now. Where is this thing? That's the one with a hand. Alright. So, yeah, let's place one there and another one there. This one needs, of course, electricity. So, let's just connect it all. Be happy. And, of course, it needs an inserter. So, like, we actually insert in the top side. And this one gets placed like so. Everybody's happy. Sweet. Now I can get rid of that. And a little bit of those. 2, 3, and 4. Take care of these things. Right. These will stay, just in case. This is there for the iron line to come down over here. Oh. But I think I could move this a little to the side as well, just in case. But no. Let's not switch it too far. Good. So, no more pollution from this thing. Ah, sweet, sweet, sweet. Or was it? Wait a minute. Electric furnaces. Electric furnaces are in here. Pollution 1. Okay. So if you have 2 stone furnaces, they are as good as 1 steel furnace. They also pollute the same way, but this one produces the same way, but it pollutes only a quarter. Very neat. And then there are, of course, the assembly machines. Wait a minute. There is pollution 4, pollution 3, and also faster crafting. And then there is another assembly machine thing right there. Assembly machine 3. But wait a minute. Isn't there also an assembly machine 4 somewhere? No, this might be the last one. Where is it? Assembly machine. Yeah, 1, 2, and 3. Great. Anyway, that's the last one. And that one crafts even faster, roughly twice as fast as the previous one. And pollutes to a minute. Wait a minute. Yeah, 4, 3, and 2, wasn't it? 4, 3, and 2. Yeah. I just need to make sure that I can place those things fairly well. And that stuff's gonna be used in there. Oh, wait. This one doesn't even work. Right. Right. Also, with all of those inserters not working, I can just take care of them like that. There we go. Perfect. Much cleaner, much nicer. Everybody's happy. By the way, what do you need in order to make this? Advanced circuits. And advanced circuits are not here because plastics. Hate that. But yeah, coal liquefaction. I need to get some steam, but steam can just remain in the boiler. But the question is, how do I make it so that I can use another fuel in the boiler so that it does not pollute as much? That would be definitely something for another episode. Let's answer this question once I'm ready. Begin. And then we are really going to make the purple thingy right there with the rails and the electric furnaces. Ah, no. And the productivity modules. Oh, that's not good. Oh, that's not good. And then you have this stuff here with the flying robots. Oh, didn't even make my own crafters myself. That's a wee bit iffy. That's not good. Yeah, wait a minute. What about my defenses then? Steel, yes. Processing units, not quite. Electronic engines, also not quite. But the steel, definitely. At least we can maybe skip the advanced circuits for that. Okay, personal batteries, how good? 100 megajoules. It's basically 5 times as good. Same space, 5 times as much power. That means I can exchange all of my batteries that I have with one of those, and I'm good. Then I would also be able to drive that stuff. But this is the same requirement, the exoskeleton, as the armor. So I can make both of them on the same belt line. So what is it that I want to do next? Do I want to upgrade the character? Do I want to go and get some better research? I think I'm going to go for the research, because then I'm going to end up with an automated system for furnaces and so on. Alright, until then, like and subscribe, of course. Oh, and of course we need to get another research going. Which one would it be? Maybe the productivity? Who knows? Only problem is it consumes more. That might not be good. That might not be good. Speed, on the other hand, just makes things faster. But if it, yeah, if everything is just doing things faster, then that means there's also more produced. But yeah, the energy consumption is increased a ton by 60%. And the productivity, on the other hand, also 60%. So it doesn't matter what you take. Okay, but productivity might be nice because it kind of conjures items out of thin air. But then again, it also increases pollution, and this is something that we don't want. Energy consumption we can manage because solar. Pollution is something that we don't want to manage because solar. Or actually because enemies, and this is why we went solar. And then we have that energy consumption goes down. No. We don't care about the energy consumption, we can manage that. Okay, so it looks like the speed module is the only thing that we really care about. We can just get more out of the ground. Productivity is a kind of a nice thing. But I think I'm going to go for the speed module altogether. So what does it need as a recipe? Units, more units, and a normal speed unit. Very simple setup, actually. Look at that. Nice. Nice. So, what about rocket fuel? That might be easily doable. Oh, wait. Construction robotics. Ah, yes. That's the thing that I actually wanted. There we go. That's the stuff of dreams, so I can finally build automatically. Yes. Right. You just have to wait until the whole thing is done. And in the next episode, this one greets us. As I said, like and subscribe, of course. Ta-ta!